Can you see my big face now? Me Auntie Mary had a canary up the leg of her drawers. The tighty tighty, let me get this camera right. Good morning, me old spotted dactyses and dinkles, and I popped your bloody pings, and how the bloody devil are you, and I hope you're bloody well. Finally, it's broke daylight. It's now 25 past bloody 8. It's been breaking daylight since about 8 o'clock. I've just basically got another 2 minutes here. I've had to take, we're on the A66, I've had to take half an hour taco break on the A66 basically. We're just after Appleby. We're just shy of the 40 mile an hour average speed camera at Kirkby Thore. I've no hay fever tablets left. I've had an absolute nightmare this morning with my hay fever. It's been really bad. I've recorded a video this morning basically running up the A1, which I will... It's ended up, it was about an hour and 54 minutes. It's just shy of 2 hours long, the bloody video. So I'll chop it down either into 2 later on, and you'll get 2 videos, parts 1 and part 2. Or I may even chop it down into 3 yet, I'm not sure. So that's just gone on to 0, it's just gone on to half an hour, but I always have another extra minute just to make sure. So yeah, you will see that video later on. I will chop it down later. Let me just try this. It looks a bit grainy, this footage. Let me just try zooming in and out of that. It won't zoom. I can't zoom. I don't know what the crack is with that. Can't zoom in or out on this mode. Oh, that's fine. No worries. Just looks a bit grainy from there, and a big face. Maybe camera angle's a bit dodgy or it's a bit dirty. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I will edit that down later on when I get parked up, and I will split that into 2 videos, but I will probably post this one first. Basically, when I got up this morning, because this is now day 5 of no smoking, my sinuses honestly are terrible this morning. There you go, that's on to 31. So we'll face this way now. My sinuses are absolutely terrible this morning. Like, I've run out of hay fever tablets as well, so I've really struggled this morning coming up the A1. I've been snotting and bloody snutching and all sorts. Anyway, mirrors, we're actually clear. Let's get out of here. There's nothing coming. We're going to run on now to Siloth, and we're going to tip this load. I had to take a half an hour break, but I've got 4 hours and 48 minutes left for the week, and that's me out of time. But we're back in Cumbria, so jobs are good, and I always knew I'd get back north. It wouldn't be an issue. So we've enough time to go and get this load tipped now. Just mindful as he comes through. Just coming into 40 mile an hour. Average speed camera here at Kirkby Thore, so we'll just set this up to 38. Yeah, so where was I? So I knew I was going to get back. I was just a bit mad the other day. I've really had to stretch my time out though this week, because when I got in on Monday I only had 42 hours driving time left for the entire week, which meant I couldn't do like 3 9-hour drives and 2 10-hour drives. Not a chance. I wouldn't have had enough time left. So I've had to stagger my driving times all week. I had to do 7 hours and odd one day, 8 hours and something the day after, just over 8 hours the day after that, and that left me with basically a 9 and a 10-hour drive left for Thursday and Friday. So I ended up using a 10-hour drive yesterday to get parked up, where I parked up last night at the other side of Peterborough. And I've had to, well, I've got a 9-hour left for today, which wasn't needed. I parked up near Peterborough last night on an industrial area I know quite well. I've used it many times before. I parked up near there, not far off the A1. And yeah, jobs are good. And so we're heading up north today basically. We're heading to Siloth. So what I'm going to do, I am going to need fuel later on, but we're alright just yet. So what I'm going to do basically, I've decided to do this video now because we're going to go the back road into Siloth. We're not going straight up the M6, it'll be a lot longer and it might be busy off junction 44 and that. So we're going to basically come on to Penrith very shortly. We're going to jump onto M6 motorway, up a junction to junction 41, then we're going to go up the back road all the way out to the other side of Wigton,
But I don't think we can get through Wigton. We might be able to do, but I'm not going to risk it. So what I'm going to do, when we get to that staggered crossroads, I'm going to turn right and I'm going to drop down to Thursby roundabout, and then I'm going to take a left, drop back down towards the speed camera at Wigton, then we'll turn off for Siloth. We're going to go and get this load tipped, maybe reloaded. We'll sort that out later on. Then that'll be us. So I just thought you might like a little ride with me over the back roads of to the side of Penrith and Cumbria. Why not? So we're back into open speed limit now, coming back onto dual carriageway and just mirrors. There is a car up behind tickling back doors. He'll now pass me. But yeah, my hay fever's been really bad this morning. I've run out of hay fever tablets last night. I forgot to put some in my bag last week, so I've just been going on using the last bit of stock I had. I've got 5 days of no smoking, so my sinuses are all over the bloody place. 1 minute I'm bunged up, next thing I'm sneezing, and I'm bloody snotting and snutching all the way down, all the way up bloody A1 this morning. It's been horrendous. I'm just mindful of this guy in this lay-by here on the left hand side. He's got bales on the back, the lights are on, the engine's clearly running, or the ignition's still on, so we're just mindful. We'll be alright, we'll pass him, no bother. Got bales on back, see the lovely crisscrosses there, they stop them from coming off. Be a bastard throwing them straps over in this wind though. It has to be done. Yeah, so we'll have enough time to get to Siloth, get this tipped, and then I'll come back out the other way because I'll need fuel on the way back, so I'll probably have to call in at Southway Services and get some fuel after. Or maybe even the one on the A6 at, I can't remember what it's called. Junction 43, is it? I can't remember what it's called. There's a services there, I'll call in there. Weather's quite shit. Road conditions are very damp, it's drizzled. It's been that drizzly rain on and off all night. But the wind's died off a lot more than what it was anyway. It's been horrendous last couple of days, that wind. It's been bloody awful, honestly. It's been frightening, in the dark, that bloody wind. Especially when you get two trucks passing each other and the vortex as it's coming towards you, full pelt, and you're going towards it full pelt. And I thought, well, if it's like a vortex wind and it doesn't half gust and blow you about, I thought if it's frightening me to death, it must be frightening them to death. Must be the same experience for them, you know what I mean? Not just me. What's the chosen one? No. So yeah, with 4 hours and 43 minutes driving time left for the entire week, which will be fine, with enough time basically to go and get this off. I haven't had the text message telling me to reload. Just mindfully, we're coming back into two-way traffic. Van's just gone past us. There's nothing else behind us, so we're alright. I haven't had a text message telling me to reload, so I'll ask the question myself later on. Or words to that effect, Yeah, but I'm happy it's proper daylight now. Like, it's shit. Honestly, I hate winter, me, with this fucking dark nights. They're awful. I don't like them at all. It's blowing a gale. It's windscreen's getting petted up with that fucking road salt every 2 minutes off other traffic what's passing in the opposite direction. The shit off their tyres flicks all the crap up all up windscreen. You're running out of bloody screen wash. Oh, it's awful. It's fucking dark as well. It's not good, right? It's raining on and off. You're trying to get it to rain proper. It just puts enough of a splatter on windscreen. You think, just mindfully, watching where this guy's coming, he's going to turn off. You always get bad accidents here coming in and out of centre parks because people get impatient, you see. The car off the road there, it's been off the road like that for a few days. Yeah, you just get that little bit bit of rain splatter on windscreen, you think, oh, I've no screen wash left, but that should just be enough for clean my windscreen. So you make the foolish mistake of putting your windscreen wipers on, and what happens? There's the camera van just going down to get set up somewhere. They normally set up, they've probably just been set up here now. They'll get 1 or 2 people, then they'll go down to the next bit and set up again. Catch them speeding. Just before Christmas. Bastards. Yeah, you make the foolish mistake of thinking, oh, there's enough water on there, that should clear windscreen. You've already got no screen wash left because you've used that much of it. So you put windscreen wipers on, it doesn't clear it, it just fucking smears it all over windscreen. It's horrible. Horrible. I hate it. I do not like it at all. It's not good. Picking up again. Now this thing here, Broome Castle, looks like it's pronounced Bruff, and I don't know how it works, but the locals actually pronounce this Broome. It looks like I'll see it here. B-R-O-U-G-H-A-M. Bruff or Bruffham. Broffham. To me that's Broffham or Bruffham. But the locals pronounce it Broome. How the frick does that work? I've no idea. I would say it's Broffham. Bruffham. Broffham. Locals pronounce it Broome. No idea. To me, Broome is B-R-O-O-M-E. Broome. Or B-R-O-O-M. Broome. As in a dustpan and broom. The mind boggles. That's Cumbria Police's headquarters there though. All the camera vans are based and all. Bastards. I think the police officers do a good job. I think the camera vans are just bastards. It's a cash cow. So mindful over towards White Line lights have just changed. Just mindful, just tickling and feckling because I'm worried about this car on my right hand side. Just mindful on that trailer as we come round. No gas, just roll him up. Roll him up to Bullman's Bulk. Lights are just changing. Bullman's Bulk should be off and away as a tipper driver. Mindful as we come round. Again, mindful. Just mindful. Just watching this trailer. There's a light blue car coming overtaking me. This is it. So it's very beefy. Don't know what's happened to this butty van here. There used to be a lovely little butty van there and it's just disappeared. I know the original fella, Grumpy Joe, sold it and I last bought it off him. I went one day and I got talking to her. She said her and her husband had bought it, pissed up on a whim, and she'd obviously realised it wasn't for her because she had to do a bit of work. Bless her. And she didn't have it long and it just disappeared and now the van's gone altogether. There's still one on the other side here. Yeah, the van's gone all together now, she's disappeared, so I wonder what's happened with that. I think it could be a good business for someone, but I don't think Grumpy Joe was making it pay. He was always moaning that he wasn't selling as many butties and that. I think it has been a good business in the past, but I don't know whether I'd fancy it or not, just sat by the roadside grilling sausage and egg all day, serving people. Some of them can be a gold mine, but if you've got to pay the council pitch fees and all that, you're not making fuck all. It's not worth it, is it? Bullman's Bulk's coming back for finish early. He's empty, that is. He's finishing early. Unless he started really early. Finishing early. They'll all be shutting down for Christmas, these lot, you know, just like me in a bit. Somebody's tooting a horn, I don't know who that. They're not tooting at me, I'm in right lane. Right, so we're only going up a junction, so whoa, is this one going, lad? Always expect the unexpected. There you go, see. I don't know what the problem was there with that truck, but it was coming hard over onto the third shoulder, so always expect the unexpected. Mirrors! We're going to join the M6 and then we're going to go up a junction and come off. Diddly-eye, diddly-eye, this whiny pig and tie. Oochie coochie bloody goo, a diddly-umpty diddly-doo. Yeah, I could go in and get fuel out of Southway Services. It's only 11 miles away, but I might as well go and tip Siloth first and get fuel on the way back. Because if junction 40 is going to be busy, I can get fuel at junction 43 and then go down the A6 and run over the back roads into Penrith. As I'm based at Penrith, the wagon's based at Penrith. All your John Beatty's lads are on the way back in, see? This guy's flying on in this Scania. Tipper. Got some power in it. I'm doing 50 mile an hour now and he's leaving me for dead. BX17 JVP, bloody old jet. Beautiful machine. Well, lad, get this LA now, lad. Get this LA now, lad. Go on, lad. He might be coming off the same way as me, I don't know yet. But I'm coming off at this next junction. I'm going to go down the back road. It gets a bit tight in various places, but it's alright. It's a good, decent enough road. There's a heck of a hill on it though at one point. It'll pull, we'll be pulling up it. For Siloth, follow Wigton B5305. See, that's where we're going. Hey, that's where we're going. Yeah, this is that rain I was talking about. This little shitty bloody splottery rain. Half of it's coming up off these tyres in front. But you just think it's, oh, there's enough for clear windscreen. You put windscreen wipers on, and it bloody smears it everywhere, and you've no liquid left in washer bottle. You bloody swine in dark as well. It's horrible. That's winter for you. Yeah, junction 41, B5305. We're coming off on. Picking up again, see? Not the best. So here we go, some mirrors, just coming up to the 300 yards marker, in between 3 and 2 signals on the mirrors. He's coming off the same way as us, this lad. He's probably going back to Siloth as well. He should be pulling a bit faster than us, but we'll have to keep a distance from him as we go down towards this big hill in a bit, because we drop down over a humpty-backty bridge here and then climb like fuck up the other side. So mirrors, signals back on, because we're coming left at this first exit. exit, you see. So over towards this white line. Nothing behind us on this slip road. Just let that black car clear him in front. There's nothing coming from right. Nothing coming. We're out. Again, we'll just hold back from this guy now because I've a funny feeling. Man, he might be going to Stobbart's. There's a feed mill place down here called Stobbart's. He might be going there. I think it's Alan. Is it Alan Stobbart's or Alan Stobbart's? I'm not sure. I know there's a feed mill place down here called Stobbart's. They do animal feed and that. So he might be going there with his tipper. Otherwise, he might be going all the way to Siloth. We'll just have to wait and see. We are in a 40 anyway, so. Daddly 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 do. We're coming into an open speed limit to do. Bagging a 50 right to do. Shite to tight to tight to do. So just mindful, there is a car behind me, and one coming up behind that. The wind's getting quite bloody bad again now. It's getting, yeah, it's getting a bit naughty. So we're now mindful of just mirrors as the little one from Lee comes through. Now mindful the wind's picking up a bit. It's trying to blow us from left to right, which is not fucking handy because it's trying to blow us into oncoming traffic. But I'm also now, my main concern here now is one of these trees might blow a branch and, you know, just come down in front of us. So that's my main concern with this wind. You wouldn't think it'd blow 44 ton as much as it does, but it does blow it. It does try and blow you across like left to right. Just mindful, just come off that gas now. We're going to drop down here, climb up the other side, which is no bother. Road does tighten after Blind Summit coming up, then road does tighten, bends round to the left, I do believe. Further down, of course. I have been down here before, but not for a while. I'm not too overly familiar with this road, but I have driven down it before. I know there's a big climb up the other side of this bridge in a bit, but it does windy first. It's down towards something called, is it Hutton Roof or something like that? I'm not sure. It's Hutton something or other. See, there's branches down here, you see what's been blown off the trees, so we're just mindful of that. Because there's also not that many places to turn round here now. If a tree comes down here and lays across this road, there's not many places we can turn round, you see. Well, there's nowhere we can turn round. There's a couple of little junctions coming up shortly. Other than that, we'll have to reverse, clear the traffic and reverse back a good way. Let's hope we don't have to do that. So just mirrors, mindful. Does start tightening now, bends round to the left. We start dropping down a bit of a hill as well and shortly. Just backing him off. I think this is a bridge underneath. It looks like it. It looks like a bridge, this. I don't know whether it is. Oh yeah, there's a bridge here, so underneath a track or a river or something. I don't know what it is. It's a bonny big place up there, so the on left. This is beautiful Cumbria though. So just mindful, mirrors does bend round tight to the left. Two cars coming down, one zebra road. Just over towards this white line. Just gently tickling and fettling now. Slowing down that exhaust brake, like I said, just a little tiny gentle squeeze on foot brake. Mirrors as we come round so that trailer doesn't cut in, run up that curb. Again, just mirrors here over towards white line, just keeping my eye on where this arse end's going to be, so it doesn't twat that tree. Hutton End, not Hutton Roof, sorry. We turn right here for Hutton End and Carlisle, that's the back road into Carlisle. We're going straight on for Wigton. Yeah, I knew it was Hutton Summit. I think the Hutton Roof I was thinking of is off the 66 by Keswick. So there's a big one from Wigan coming towards me, so just mindful. Has it got a trailer on? Yes, I think it has. So we're going to bend round, no it's not, it's a recovery vehicle. Bends round sharp to right, just mindful, there's traffic coming towards us, so just mirrors. Just gently backing him off, tickling and fettling, over towards this curb so this trailer doesn't cut in. No, where's my arse end? Bingo, we're alright. Brings it round nicely. You just get used to where it's going to be after a while, but I always check just in case, because the moment I don't have my eyes on that mirror is the moment I'm going to knock a telegraph pole down or hit a pedestrian, do you know what I mean? just mirrors. There's a car just followed us right now. This is one straight road now, all the way into Wigton, to the back end of Wigton. And as I say, we drop down a big hill in a bit, go over a bridge, and then we climb like fuck up the other end. I've actually lost sight of that Harrison's tipper now. I don't know where he's gone. Did he pull off? I don't know. I'd have to watch my own video back and see where it went. Wind's still strong, blowing from left to right. Yeah, there's a feed mill down here somewhere called Stobbart's. I think it's Alan Stobbart's or something to J Stobbart's. It's either A Stobbart's or J Stobbart's, one or two. I'm sure they'll all be related to the original Stobbart's, like. They'll all be of the same big family, I would imagine. Stobbart's seems to be primarily a haulage family from round here. You've got your obvious Eddie Stobbart. I think people mistake that for Stobart, Eddie Stobart. I do believe the correct term is Stobbart, Eddie Stobbart. I think that's what they'd say up these parts anyway, Stobbart's. Everyone I've ever spoken to, Cumbrian wise, always call it Stobbart's. But everyone what's watched them on the telly says Stobart. Stobart, don't you know? But no, it's Stobbart. Eddie Stobbart's. Well, they'd be cousins or distant relatives, I would imagine, what such a thing Stobbart. And so, I know there's a place what does fuel up here. I think they might be A Stobart's. Stobbart's. A Stobbart's, and then there's the Stobbart's feed mill as well. I can't mind on which where it is from here, but I have been to it once before with a previous employer. Oh, that was about 5 years ago though now. Big one from Wigan. Or is it a little one from Lee? It's a little one from Lee. It's big enough to do some bloody damage anyway. We're 14 mile off Wigton. Yeah, I can just feel that wind now. It's blowing from left to right, and it's considering we're like just shy of 44 ton fully loaded. It doesn't have to try and blow you across, you know. Pick you up like a bloody ragdoll, that wind. Strong force of nature, innit? Bit of a blind summit coming up. I do believe we're going to be coming into S-bend territory now. There's a sign up there for it. I'm not too overly familiar with this road, as I say. I have been down it before, but it's been a while, so we're just mindful. I do remember that we dropped down a heck of a bloody hill to a bridge. However, there's your first sign of an S-bend. We've already seen signs. We knew it was coming, so I can't see what's coming round here, so I'm just going over towards this white line but not on it. Looks like it's going to go up to down to like Big Dipper for a mile or so, and then as far back as I can remember we dropped downhill to a bridge, and we've got to be mindful coming over the bridge because you can't get two trucks meeting each other. I've got to take up most of the road to get across it, or so I believe anyway. There goes the woodpecker. That's your lane departure warning if you come over white line. I was nowhere near bloody white line, but sometimes it just goes off at random, has a mind of its own. Here comes Lorraine again. My main concern as well now is putting a tyre onto this soft ground and dragging us into these darks either side. So we want to keep away from all that actually, just backing him off because we dropped down, we're going over a bridge, then we dropped back up again, just tightening coming over this bridge here a little bit, just over towards White Line, but we're not crossing it because that'll set the woodpecker off and we don't want that. Again, here comes Lorraine again. Bends round sharp to right back, looks of it. Just backing him off, tickling and feckling. I'm not sure whether that feed mill's down there or not for Stobbits. I don't know. If you know, tell me. But I have been to it once before with a previous employee, but that was 5 years ago. So just mindful now. This car's coming up my arse. She's going to want past. Trying to keep it straight because there's adverse cambers and divots in both, and the wind, of course, what's trying to throw me over to the right hand side. One coming towards me, van. Here comes Lorraine again. Now I've got 4 hours and 20 minutes left up there. We've enough time to get this tipped and get back to the yard. Road does tighten, signs out telling us reduce our speed, so we're just backing him off slightly. Again, wind's trying to throw me over to the right hand side. Always fucking does on worst bits. This is a bridge we're coming over, it does tighten in here. Mirrors. Always tries to throw you over when there's something just right coming towards you. There's quite a bit of patches of standing water about now. Rained on and off all night, so the road conditions are quite wet. Oh, bumpy. Bumpy lad. Bumpy, 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 bloody bumpy lad. How do these sheep go on just in a field like that when it's pissing down? I know they've got fur coats on, but they've got to be piss wet through, haven't they? Some of them have seen sense and they're hiding at the back of the edges there, sheltering out the rain. Others are just munching on grass regardless. They seem to know where to go to find cover though, don't they? They're not as thick as you think, the sheep. Starting dropping down a little bit of a hill. It might not look it, but we are descending, so I'm just going to come on that retarder. Still raining, road conditions still very wet, one coming towards us. We're sheltered from this wind at the minute. We're now coming in towards residential properties, you can see there. So the signs out here, I thought there was a big hill coming up on a bridge. There's a sign out here telling us what the gradient's going to be. It's a heck of a drop, and then up the other side, 15%, 15% going down, 20% going up. So put a bit of strain on the engine, but it will pull us up. But again, we've got to be right square on it. Just mindfully, I'm just going to back him right off, because when we round this next corner here, this left-hand bend, it drops down sharp, and then I think, if memory serves me right, we've got to be square onto this bridge for get across it. So we don't want to meet anything coming to the way, but we've got to back it right off before we can gas on to get up the other side of the bloody hill. The bridge is at a funny angle, I think. There's also a big one from Wigan coming up behind us as well. So we'll have to be mindful. We don't want to mess this up and then mess him or her up in this truck. Because if we get the wrong gear or we don't get it just right, we'll struggle to get up the bloody thing. The hill. It's not one I'd like to do in proper winter conditions when it's icy and snowy. I think that'd be interesting. But again, it would be a well gritted road. It's a well used road, is this. We just go over Big Dipper here, and I think right at the very bottom there's a left hand, and then it drops down to the bridge. Just mindful, just backing him off, just coming into. Is it Sedberham or something, this place now? It's just down here. We round this corner in a minute, then we drop down to a bridge. other side 8-foot gradient. I'm just mindful where this big one from Wigan is. It seems to be holding back from us, quite rightly so. Now dropping to a 17% gradient. I believe it's a 20% coming up, so we're just mindful. Just backing him right off. So again, as we drop down here now to this bridge, the last time I came up here a long time ago in a wagon, I think you've got to be square onto the fucking bridge. If you're not, job's fucked like. I'm just looking what's coming over this bridge. I can see bridge from here now. There is traffic coming over it. There's a car coming over it, so I want to just hang back as much as I can, because I need to be square on it. I don't know where this car's gone. I've just met it now, so that's alright. I've just met it. Just dump me her out ready. I'll now get square on mirrors. You see, it's on a funny angle, so as you're exiting bloody bridge, you've got to turn right, so you need to be square on the bastard, because then you bang on another climb here now. There's a big one from Wigan behind me, just mindful now, I know where he or she is. Car coming, not handy. I want it to be gassing on here now, so just clear this. Now, I want to gas on now so I can get up this fucking hill. It's a bit of a hill now. HGV stop and engage crawler gear. This is not going to be sexy now. If you meet a big one from Wigan coming down here now, job's fucked basically. So we need to pin it now and nail it up here. Go on, son. Go on, lad. On you go. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on. I'll pay. Go on. I'm trying to keep in low gear. We're pinning it. We're getting up. Yeah, you see how if you meet a big one from Wigan there right on that bend, you'd be fucked. This big one from Wigan's now braying on down my neck, and I didn't want him to come up behind me like this, because if he or she's going, well, clearly going a lot faster than me, unless they're empty, they might struggle. But they're right at back of us now, so. Anyway, we're getting up the bloody thing. It's just pinning it at that right moment, but you know, if you meet something on that choke point there, you're fucked. You're fucked. Handbrake on. Start, manual second gear, and floor it up. If you're doing it on a standstill start. We was going up there in fourth. Now, if you end up having to stop, handbrake on, manual second gear, and get yourself up. Eventually, as you start climbing up the top, you can select third gear, but just pin it all the way up. But if you're already on a nice rolling start, you'll get up there in fourth or fifth gear, no problem. But it's just coming out of this now, we're now in 8th gear. Megan from Wigan's still with us. So yeah, we'll go to the very end of this road. Now I know you can get through Wigton, but it's a bit of a faffle and a bit windy bloody windy. So to save faffing on like that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn right for Thursby roundabout. It's not here yet, we still keep going yet. Right to the very end of this road. Come on, keep going, you bloody thing. So I'm going to turn right at the end of this road for Thursby roundabout. That wind's picking up again. Now down to 23% fuel, so we're seriously going to need fuel when we get Tim later on. I'm not going to come back this way though, because like I say, I need diesel, so I'm going to go back the motorway and probably run down to back down to Penrith via the A6. Telematics wise, we're on 46% at the top one for the up to down to hills and climbs and that, and for the distance and all round dogs bollocks-ish, we're on 99%. Miles per gallon, we've just dropped down a heck of a lot there. We was on 8.4, but that hill has just put us down to 8, bang on 8 miles per gallon on the nose. We'll build that back up again later. 100% for the bottom, spatial awareness and anticipation bollocks, but when we had to slow down dropping down to that bridge, we didn't know where that car had gone. That just knocked us down to 99%, but all in all I'm happy with that. Good bit of driving. Jobs are good. I do like these Scanias though, they're such a smooth drive. I mean the DAF had a lot more power, and eventually when you got used to it, it was a good drive, but the DAF was just a bit top heavy, so if you slowed down for a roundabout then put the power on it, it'd be rocketing you up and down, boom, 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 boom. It was just a bit clumsy and top heavy was the DAF, but I'll tell you what, power wise, you couldn't fault it. It bloody flew on. It would have pulled us up that hill there, no problem. I mean, this got us up, this didn't falter, did it? Once we'd managed to select the right gear, it didn't falter, it flipped us up like. This is like an old cart horse. It'll get you up, it just takes its time, it puts its nose down, head down, arse up, and it grunts you up. Whereas that DAF 530, it would have been like a PTI. It would have been Mr. Motivator, coaxing you up on where. Come on lad, keep with us, stick with me, last man staff, you know what I mean? It would have done it for fun of it. This just like looks someone and thinks, oh fuck's sake, another one. Head down, arse up, let's crack on then. It'll get you up, you know what I mean? Good little workhorse this. Cracking workhorse. I just wish it was a 540 rather than a 450. An extra 90 horsepower will help a lot. Or even a 560, you know what I mean? I think the newer ones are 560s, aren't they? But it does job. Well, here comes Lorraine again. Feel that wind, it's just buffeting us. It's about sexy. We're wide open and exposed though here, aren't we? Do you know what I mean? It's rolling in off the mountains to our left hand side. The Lake District is over there to our left. We've got like some Blencathra and Skiddaw and that. So if the wind's coming in, it's coming in from the sea, coming in from the Irish Sea, it's hitting the Lake Districts, coming over the top of the mountains, Blencathra, Skiddaw and all that, and then it's picking up force again here, coming down, blowing over that way towards Colbeck and Dalston and bloody Carlisle. Not be far off this turning now. It's the end of this road, we're going to turn right. I could, you know, get through Wigton, but I'm just not sure when it's a couple of twisty turns and that, and then you burn off before Wigton town centre and you end up coming round the other side of the speed camera. I'm just not sure whether there's a width restriction there or not. Big up from Wigan, mirrors as he comes through. Mindful, do not want to put a tyre into this soft ground now, because it'll drag us straight into dyke. That's not what you want for finish week off before Christmas, is it? Do you know what I mean? So I'm just not sure about that weight limit. So to be on the safe side, what I'm going to do is come to the end of this road to the crossroads, turn right, drop down 4 or 5 miles to Thursby roundabout, turn left, and I'll pull him in at that lay-by just before speed camera, and then we'll turn right and go through to Siloth. We'll get this off, find out whether we're going to get reloaded or we're just running back empty to the yard, and that's it. Off for Christmas. I've already wished you all the best and all that shit on the video I've recorded this morning. So as I said at the start of this one, you're going to end up with 3 videos out of this now. I'll post them over the weekend. I'll split the first one into 2 from this morning. I'll have a part 1 and part 2, and then I'll just fire this one on as it is. So you'll have 3 videos over this weekend at some point. and then I'll speak to you in 2024. I won't be coming on over Christmas. Mind you, I might do, because I am going to be working over Crimbo Limbo period, but we'll see how we get on, yeah. This is probably the last bit of footage you will be seeing over the Christmas period anyway, until next year. If I do anything over Crimbo Limbo period, I'll probably throw it on beginning of New Year. Just mindful, backing him off. We are descending, it doesn't look like it, we're just dropping down a little bit. The road does tighten here, zebra's out, bends round sharp to the left hand side mirrors. There's a van coming and another one right further down. This is your split crossroads here now. So just backing him right off. The post office van's seen better days and they do me a good lick of pain. Again, I'll just back him right off here, just let this tipper come round. There you go. Alright, pal. Don't worry about it, pal. You're welcome. Right, we're going to go right here and we're going to drop down to Thursby roundabout, because we could go right here then immediate left, and I know we can get through to Siloth that way through Wigton, but I'm not 100% sure about that width limit, so I don't want to risk it basically. I don't want to go down there for 2 miles. There's a couple of windy windy ziggy zaggy bits, and then I don't want to be doomed and I can't get through. Or it's a tight squeeze get through and we have to make bloody pavement, you know what I mean? I don't want to do that. So it's busy here coming from the left. Every time I get a lull in the battle from the right, it's frantic coming from left. Surprising how busy these back roads get, isn't it? You know what I mean? Well, this is a main road through to Keswick, you see, from Thursby roundabout, so it'd be right bloody busy. So now we've got a lull in the battle on the left, it's busy from the right. Mirrors again. Where are we? Let's go, we're out, pal. Come on! Come on, lad! On you go, son. Daniel, son, sand the floor. Wax on, wax off. Paint the fence, paint the house. Mr. Miyagi, I'll tell you what, he was a slave driver, him. He got his entire fucking house painted and done up for him for nothing. But he did come into his own fruition in the end. Tried to punch me. Wax on, wax off. You know what I mean? Wax on, wax off. Paint the fence, sand the floor. Daniel, son. I used to love that film, Karate Kid, when I was younger. I mean, I was 28 at the time, but you know. No, I used to love that when I was a kid. Daniel LaRusso. I saw 1 and 2. I think that after that they got a bit ridiculous, didn't they? But somebody said, I've not seen the series, but somebody said it was a series with Johnny what's-you-call-it and Daniel LaRusso, where they're adults, and Johnny, Karate Kid man, is like a bit of a drunk and a bum, and he's a good lad at heart, but they end up meeting and clashing again, and Daniel's got his own business selling cars or something. But I've not seen it. I think it's called Cobra Kai or something like that. I'm not sure. But I think it was a series for Netflix or something. I wouldn't mind watching it actually. So here comes Lorraine again. Finally seems to have sorted itself out. I still feel bunged up, but it's stopped bloody snotting and sneezing and dripping and blowing me frigging conk every 2 minutes. Oh, it was horrendous this morning, especially when I ran out of hay fever tablets as well. But again, I think I'm kind of dependent on them hay fever tablets now. I've been taking them that bloody long, I just have one a day, so sometimes you think they're not having any effect on us. So mirrors, drop it down a little bit. Big and from Wigan coming towards me with its hazardous goods plates down. Something's been dragged in there, isn't it? Well, it does bend round sharp to the left. There's a guy in a pickup there trying to overtake a cyclist by the looks of it. So we're mindful now, we know there's a cyclist up ahead. Just back him right off. He's just got round cyclist, here he is. He's lycra clad, taking up Barfoot Road. We'll just have to back it right off because we'll struggle to get round this fella. Hey, they've as much right to use the road as everyone else. Sometimes you wish they bloody wouldn't. Anyway, mirrors. Where we're going to finish up. We can't see what's up ahead. There's nothing immediately behind us. We can't see what's coming round, so we can't overtake this guy. Double white lines, which wouldn't be a problem overtaking him with a clear road, but there's no point me trying to overtake him now, so I can't see what's coming round this bend. I'll just have to hang back, I've no choice. There you go. Right, I've overtook him then. There's two big uns from Wigan, one after the other. Well, a big one from Wigan, a car, and a big one from Wigan. That's Fletch. Oh, he's doing the right thing. He's moving over for us. Hanging you, sir. On you go, lad. Cheers, pal. Right, so we're flying on again, right? I don't know where he's going, but he's gone down that road under them arches. Is it private land? I don't know. So I've always wondered where that bloody what's down there. Aye, that were Fletch from RT Keigwell's in Bigham from Wigan. Just looking in these fields here, they're quite flooded. It's put a heck of a lot of rain down this last month, it really has. I mean, I know it's only natural nature and the land always manages to cope somehow, but it does make you wonder how this land manages to hold off all this water and sort itself out. Especially with all these bloody buildings and that. Well, they always flood these fields. Yeah, for the past month now, past 2 months in fact, we've had nothing but rain and shite and storms. It's not sexy. They're building there, speaking of houses, they're putting houses up there. Honestly, they're building them everywhere now. Brand new housing estate there, Anyway, this is Thursby roundabout, so we're going to swing a left here from Wigton, and I'll pull him in at this big lay-by just down here, and I'll set her out here. Just looking to the right, there's a big one from Wigan. Mirrors over towards the white line. I'm going to have to hold it back, we won't get round before big one from Wigan. Heavy traffic coming anywhere. So after Blackhead, there we go. On we go, son. Out we go, diddly ighty tight toe. Stick your rod, twined blood to shoot, shoot. If you remember a couple of weeks ago, I put a video on. It was bloody foggy. We'd stayed in Siloth overnight, and it was horrendous fog, wasn't it? It was like pea soup. And I'd come a little tiny bit too fast into this bend. And honestly, from where I was sat up here, when I look back on the camera, you could just see the signs coming up telling you of the bend approaching. I couldn't see them from there. You could see it on that camera angle, but from the elevated position I was, I didn't see the sign. I genuinely didn't until I was right on bend, and then I had to fucking jam out anchors and slow down. It's bizarre. But I was initially planning on going back the road we've just come in, and I thought, I don't fancy it, because that road, if it's foggy up here, it'll be absolutely bloody horrendous going back that way we've just come. So I ended up going to M6 motorway instead, didn't I? And it was like, honestly, it was like pea soup. It was frigging horrible. It was one of the worst foggy mornings I've ever had. That. Yeah, you couldn't see your hand in front of your face at various points. Well, I couldn't anyway. But no, this camera angle points down, and it points down to about there. And when I look back on video, I could just see signs coming up on camera, but from where I didn't see them from where I was sat. So next thing, it bends upon me. I'm like, oh shit. And I wasn't going fast, we were only doing about 20 miles an hour, but Christ, it fricks you. You know, if you're not set up right foot bend, it fricks you when it comes at you, like. It just creeps up out at dark on you. tell you which bend it was actually in a minute, because we should see it. We should come up to it in a minute. We're coming from opposite direction, obviously, but we should come up to bend in a minute. It's a fur one, like. The I think it was this one here now coming up, or was it the one after End Corner? No, it weren't this one. Just mindful. No, it weren't this one. It was not this left-hander here. There's another tight bend in a minute, and it would have been this one. That one. The one coming up in a minute. But it would have been bending round to my left, so it's where we go round the left here, then we bend round to the right. Because the bend came up on my left, and I'm like, whoa! But I think I put that in the title, too fast approaching bend or something. I don't tend to hide anything. What you see is what you get on this channel. I'm only human. I'm no expert. I make mistakes. You're fucking right, I do. I'm only human. But I won't edit them out. If I'm recording at the time, I'll put it on for you so you can see. You know what I mean? Lorraine is getting quite heavy now. It's not sexy at all. Now this will be this set of bends. It's a set of S bends actually. We'll go round to the left here, then we bend round sharp to the other side, and this will be the bend that nearly caught me out. Yeah, it is. Metal flirt, I think it's called. This is it. Not this one, it's the one what bends round sharp to right. It just popped up on me out of fucking nowhere. But on video footage, you can actually see sign approaching. Oh, there's Alan Stobbert's seat, field wagons. This is it, metal flirt. Oh fuck, I was on top of bed before I knew it. We're not knocking one out, we're just... It's a combination of a triplet and a paradiddle, I do believe. Some kind of a drumming rudiment. Just waiting for these lights change, you know. Anyway, the lights are changing. Mirrors! Go on, lad, go on, you pig, get up. Get up, go on, I dare you. Go on. You're gonna need to get on that bit of bloody, on these white lines here, you try and get on, you're trying to take off and you're on white line and it can start spinning or a bit of grease hot road or something. It doesn't like it, doesn't want to go, but it thinks about it. And then again, it's fully loaded, isn't it? So they have got some pulling power, these wagons, considering the force they've got to pull and the amount of tons in the back of the bloody thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, there'll be 3 videos up this weekend. I'm just going to come up towards this lay-by here. This is the outskirts of Wigton. So they'll go over this first bit, and there's a big lay-by comes up on left. I'll pull him in there and I'll say to you, and I need to get on because I want to get this off, because I've a funny feeling these lads are not going to be working till after dinner time. I think they'll all knock off at dinner. Well, I guarantee now at 9:25 there'll be fucking at least 4 or 5 other lads with same idea as me in here. So we'll all be wanting tipped, do you know what I mean? So if I need to get on as quick as I can. So I'm literally going to very briefly pull it into this lay-by, set her RTU. Later on, I'll edit that first video down that I've done this morning into 2, and then I'll put this one on at some point this weekend again. So you'll have 3 videos going on this weekend. And I'll speak to you at some point either in Crimble Limbo period, or if I do record anything in Crimble Limbo period, I'll publish it first thing in New Year. Well, like I've said this morning, have yourselves a Merry Christmas. I don't believe in it all and all that shit, but I am a married man now, so I have to try and make an effort. But you have yourselves a wonderful Christmas and all that bollocks. Stay safe, have a good time. I'll speak to you all soon. But I'm going to end this video here now. So I have been your old mate Dorothea. Once again, you, my friend, have been beautiful. Thanks very much for watching. I'll speak to you all in 2024. All the best, yeah? Here comes Lorraine again. Just get my arse end out. This guy's hopefully moving forward. There we go. Go on, lad. Go on, I'll pay. Go on. Right, we're straight. I'll see you later. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.